Hey Mallards, it's whatever day it is for you when you are watching this. I don't know what day that is, but for me, yes, I'm still wearing the same clothes because as I mentioned, I'm gonna at least try and watch a few episodes of Secret Invasion today. So I will probably be wearing this for hopefully at least one more episode recap, which might be here, or since I'm taking my car to the shop, it might be dark, might be in the studio. But right now we're gonna talk about Secret Invasion Episode 3. Stella wanted to be involved in this one, so expect to see her popping in. She has opinions about Skrulls. I started by saying, ooh, maybe we're gonna get more info about Beto, which I would be interested in. Wild fan theory is that he's secretly Fury's kid. I don't think that that's true. I've just decided that anything can happen in this series, and so I'm making rash choices. Then I finally figured out what the machine was. Well, I didn't figure it out, they told me. But I wrote Super Skrulls, and then he said Super Skrulls. And I was like, oh wow, look at that. Exactly what I was thinking. I still do love that this entire war is literally just because Fury couldn't keep a single promise. Like, and finding them a place to live, like, couldn't have been that hard. There's only 1 million of them. Like, you couldn't just give them Mars. If they can live in Chernobyl, they could probably handle Mars or, like, figure it out. And as far as I know, in the Marvel Universe, like, no one lives there. Also, like, why don't you just give them the Inhumans home on the dark side of the moon? Like, the Inhumans got canceled. That show's not happening, so they're no longer part of the MCU as far as I know. So, like, I don't know, just put them on the moon. Problem solved. We could avoid this whole thing. My next note is, I wonder if Samuel L. Jackson had fun being like old and young just over and over in the show as they sort of like flash back to when he met his Skrull wife. Well, didn't meet her, I guess. They knew each other before this meeting, but when he was kind of like, all right, I could tap that. And then I guess he did, because they're still married. Also, I have a new headcanon, and that is that Clint Barton totally knows about Fury's secret family. And that when Clint was like setting things up to have his secret family that no one but Natasha knew about, and obviously Fury was like, listen, I also have a secret family. I married a woman in the 90s, and I keep her a secret. I don't think Clint would know that she's a Skrull necessarily. Like, Fury maybe kept that close to the vest, but Clint totally knows that Fury is married and has a wife. And Natasha probably knew too. And that's just because Natasha knows everything, even things that people think are secrets. That's part of her gig. Oh, and then Fury's wife was angry, like really angry. And honestly, yet again, as I felt in the last episode, Fury deserves it. Like, he's the problematic one. Like, it's you. You're the problem, it's you. Sorry, Fury, but there's no denying that you are the trouble in this situation. Also, Fury's wife has one of those fancy flip smartphones that like flips open, but it's still a smartphone screen on the inside. I have seen one of those in real life now. You know, I always thought they were kind of a myth, but I have seen one in real life. I could never own one. I would absolutely break it because there's just no way I could stop myself from just like constantly flipping it open and closed. Like, how am I supposed to not do that? It's so cool. Hi, Stella. And then I wrote, Gaia's really walking a dangerous line. And I love that for her. It probably won't end well, but I'm really enjoying it. I also like that Gravik is a very poetic speaker. You know, his discussion about the difference between like people in charge of battle and soldiers, and like everything that he said to Talos. I forget how it's supposed to be said. Was really interesting. And makes sense in a certain point of view. Also, he healed so fast because he's already a Super Skrull, and here they come. We can have everybody's powers. I'm so excited for whoever gets Groot's DNA and just grows like a tree. Let's see it. Also, I did write that Fury really did just dig this grave for himself. Because this show is just literally about how you break promises to children and how Fury can't get out of the way of his own ego. And neither can Talos, if we're honest. Like, this is a show about two guys who can't get out of the way of their own egos. And also about Sonya, who is vicious and fascinating, and I'm really intrigued to see what her history is with Fury and how that all happened and came about. I also loved learning that the Skrulls essentially spied for Fury and told him secrets, and that's how he became the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, I really love that. And that also lends to the fact that I think maybe Natasha knew about Skrulls. I wonder if she asked them for help during the blip. I wonder if she went looking for them during the blip and couldn't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm intrigued, but I feel like Natasha probably knew. These are my headcanons. My next note just says, gods, these two, honestly, the egos. And as I mentioned, that is how I feel about them. I feel like their egos get in the way, and the two of them really cannot be at all productive in any way, because all they do is talk about how great they are and how no one can help them, and wow, isn't it hard to be me. Then we met a small child who didn't know that his dad was a Skrull, and I felt bad for him because they're definitely going to kill that Skrull. And also, Guy is definitely going to get caught. But she did find out that the code word was the kid's name, which I literally could have told you, because even the Skrull that was impersonating him, like, cared enough about the kid to let Talos go. Like, because you pick up some emotional stuff, I think, from the people you're impersonating. Anyway, I could have guessed that code word. I didn't really need Gaia to reveal herself. I really do love this moment where Fury's like, but how come you didn't go with Gravik? And Talos is like, 30 years and you still don't know me? And I was like, yeah, this tracks. That really just describes Fury to a T. And then he says, I'm not with Gravik because I'm with you. And I just wrote gay. They're not gay, but that is my response to that sort of things. And then Gaia gets shot, dead. Probably not, because I feel like that's not actually how her story ends. So like maybe she was pretending. They really lingered a long time on the like drive away, so I expected her to sit up right then. She didn't. So maybe she was wearing a vest and it's fake blood. I don't know. But I don't think that she's dead. And if she is dead and we have fridged a character for each of our male protagonists, I'm gonna be even more upset with the show than I already am upset with the show. Also, Mrs. Fury has a gun and she's working for Gravik, which shouldn't be surprising. Like, that was definitely gonna be the case. But it was nice to see it written out. And then my last note, because that is the end scene, is here's the thing. I should be against the group that is actively trying to eliminate the entirety of the human race. And yet I spend most of my time thinking, wow, Fury really brought this on himself. You know, this could have all been avoided. So yeah, I understand where the Skrulls are coming from. I don't think they should win because, as far as you know, I'm human and I would like to continue living here. But who knows? Maybe this is me as a Skrull just supporting the Super Skrull agenda. Guess you'll never figure it out. I hope you enjoyed this recap. If you've watched the series, please let me know your thoughts. No spoilers. I mean, probably by the time this is posted, I will have seen the whole series, but like, just in case, no spoilers in the comments. Be nice to other people. But this episode and the one previous, please feel free to discuss. If people got this far watching my video, they've been spoiled for this. So hope you enjoyed that completely unedited recap, because as a rule, I don't edit these, and I'll see you tomorrow.